Hey, everybody.
Hey Chase, what's happening?
How's it going?
Hey, I got a question before you guys dive in. Is it okay to ask questions on these calls?
That is the very definition of the call.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. I haven't been on one of these calls in a while, so I figured I'd jump on here. I have a few questions around some features requests, maybe some potential bugs that I have been able to find.
Okay.
Regarding uploading and downloading contacts, two things. When we're downloading contacts, we get the assignee field. When we're trying to re-upload them back, there's no assignee field, which means we can't assign those contacts either back to the person or to a different person. Is that a feature that's coming or something that could be easily implemented and fixed?
So that would be something. So if you have a few of these types of things, the best thing to do would be to make like a Loom video and then open a ticket so that we can make sure, like something like that sounds like something we need to fix right away.
Cool. And then the second part of my question is when we're uploading contacts, I've been getting like errors because the like the name, the first name or last name fields are quote unquote missing. But there's times inside of our CRM where those fields pull in. I guess it's either through like a Google Calendar or some, scheduling or something. And when we try to upload those contacts back in, I keep getting errors. Do you think I'm doing something wrong, or is this more of like,
I don't know. It's hard to say. If you could shoot a Loom so we could see what you're seeing, that would make it a lot easier to diagnose and troubleshoot.
awesome. And my third question of that is secondary emails or secondary phone numbers coming as far as contacts that are not under the custom fields where we have to set them up ourselves, like just under like contact information, like primary, secondary contact information?
I don't know that off the top of my head, but that sounds like something that might be already on the ideas board. I would search that, and if it's not there, I would put it on there because I've heard some other people request that as well. So it should definitely be on the list if it's not already.
Awesome. Awesome. And as far as the new mailgun changes,
Hmm.
if we already had a mailgun for like 8, 9 months, I saw Sean posting in the group and you guys were releasing a video, I think yesterday or the day before that, about like receiving emails and sending
Hmm.
emails out.
Yeah.
We're on that quote unquote grandfathered in account. We should still be receiving replies when people do reply to that email, or do we have
Yeah.
to still?
Yeah, you should. And let me grab that article real quick and I'll post it in the chat.
Because we have like 40 or 50 accounts, and I got 2 people emailing me saying that the emails weren't delivering, they weren't receiving. And I was like, hopefully this is not affecting our account, but if it is, we need to implement and upgrade our account. So figure out ask.
Yeah, let me grab this URL real quick. Okay. So here, and this is a good point, everybody should do this just to make sure. As far as what we were told and what we've seen is if you had your account created previous to January, you're grandfathered in, everything should be receiving as normal. But what you want to go double check. So just go into your account and go to receiving. And if you see the HighLevel URL in there, everything should be fine. In general, we're advising everybody to upgrade anyway. It actually ends up being cheaper once you start generating more and more emails that go through your account. The price is actually lower than on the pay-as-you-go plan. And you don't have to worry about things like this. But technically, you should be grandfathered in as far as we know, but definitely go and double check. And that article will show you how, just to make sure that everything's all right.
Cool. Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, we just actually got hit with a bill for like $150 for the email validation. So we're going to be upgrading.
Yeah, that was the other thing they stripped out of the free plan. It doesn't come with any, it used to have 100 and now there's none. So there's a lot of perks to just going up to I think it's $35 is their lowest one now.
35, 50, 75. It goes up in those tiers. So
Yeah.
cool. Thanks,
Yeah. I mean, it's still a world cheaper than something like Active Campaign with that many contacts, but definitely double check, just make sure.
Yeah. By the way, thanks for the videos. You guys are doing an awesome job documenting everything, putting it out. I love it. So
Great. Yeah, we're trying to just I'm trying to monitor the community, and when I see something that makes sense, just jump in and film something really quickly. Like today, I put one up about the birthday trigger, something a lot of people probably don't know. And the other thing that we're going to do is start sending out weekly recap emails. So it's going to have all the new tickets or help docs that we created and all the new videos that were created that week. So you don't have to worry about missing things.
Just give me some organization tools inside, because we have over 150 different triggers and automations. I'm literally getting lost a little bit figuring out where everything is at this point, because the naming conventions are just almost.
I know. I know. You know, you and I both, everybody is looking forward to that, but I think it's part of a bigger project, which is the revamp of the campaign builder in general to be more of like an active campaign drag and drop visual builder.
I don't even need that. I just need the form. You guys.
All right. Well, I know that's on the ideas list, so make sure you go vote that up.
Yeah, you guys are amazing. Everything you've been doing, I posted in the group. This funnel speeds, guys, if you're not using HighLevel funnels, you are missing out. We're talking about 1.5 seconds to like 10.5 seconds, and the funnel's not even optimized yet. The speeds are just incredible. So.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, I know that just rolled out. There was a big update, and we were super excited once we saw the speeds come back. So thanks for bringing that up.
Yeah, for sure. All right, I'll shut up now. Let you drive.
Hey, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to post a link in a second to our new Boast landing page, where if you feel so inclined, you could very easily leave us a video testimonial that we'll push through to our YouTube accounts.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you guys unequivocally changed the way we function and operate our business, so we couldn't do it without you. And at this point, we're relying on you to make this platform even better and better every time. So.
Awesome. Well, I'm going to post that link in just a second, and it would be much appreciated if you wouldn't mind taking a minute. And this goes for everybody. If you want to share your feedback, this is a super easy way to do it. You can do it right from your browser, or you can open it up on your phone, and it just takes a couple seconds.
Please take the time to do it. We'll be picking a few of those to put on the website as well.
The new site, which is right around the corner, which I think we're all excited about.
Are you guys building it inside of Go HighLevel too, as a funnel, or like a WordPress site?
No. We're building it all in-house. We're building it all in-house. So yeah, so we have a lot of cool changes that's coming over the next couple of months as well. So we're moving it over. We'll have it internally.
Yeah, we are building it on our funnel builder.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Oh, sorry. I thought you said we're building it all in-house. I was like, wait, what does that mean? I was like, of course we are. Sorry, I'm not a good listener.
Yes, and you've all seen the new header element, right? In the funnel builder, you can now add navigation.
Oh, the menu item, yeah.
Yeah.
Game changer. It's a game changer, guys.
I saw some person yesterday build 2 websites that look amazing. And it was funny because she said, you guys are going to want to use this one design for your own website. And I sent it to Robin, and he said, without me telling him that, he said, oh, we should probably use this for our own website. So I've seen some amazing things that can be done with it. And actually one of our funnel builder, so our funnel builder team right now, one of them is already started on websites. So we're taking the funnel builder towards websites. And what that means is you'll be able to go in, we'll have a bunch of templates in all the verticals, one click, deploy a nice 6-page website and customize it for your clients really quickly. So he's going to work on that for the next month. And then the other guy on the team is, as of next week, is going to start on the membership sites. So yeah, those are our 2 big.
You're going to save me a trip and a bag moving to Kajabi from ClickFunnels. So.
That's the idea. That's the idea. So I think membership sites will be big. And I realized one of the highest voted ideas is the SOP idea. And I feel like an SOP thing is basically just a membership site that's free, right? It's just like, here's a list of articles and things you should do or learn or know. So I feel like we should be able to knock out both ideas at the same time.
The other thing that we're doing is rolling in the calendars to the funnel builder. So it's going to be native instead of an iframe. So speed, load times will decrease significantly once we load that up too.
Yeah, in fact, that'll happen before. That's the item the guy on the membership niche is going to do before he moves on to a membership site. So that'll happen by next week.
Round robin's next on those calendars.
Well, we actually, so Madhu, who just joined the team, that's what he's working on. He's actually specifically working on just calendar features.
We are literally like 2 functions away from just being all inside of HighLevel, running our full agency and all of our 40 plus or 50 plus clients because of everything you guys done. So
Nice.
That's awesome.
Sorry,
right,
I didn't
so-
mean to hijack the conversation, Chase. Keep
No,
going.
no, we haven't even officially started. So welcome to the call, everybody. This week's topic is the new HighLevel Services. So why don't we let Robin take that away, and then we'll get into the Q&A.
Cool. Well, I don't have a lot to say other than we have released WhiteLabel Services. We are starting out with Facebook advertising, Google advertising, SEO. We'll be quickly rolling out social media management. And then one of the big things that we're really excited about is rolling out what we're going to call rush packs. And the idea is it's very similar to our snapshots. We're going to basically be providing a turnkey solution. So if you as an agency have a real estate client or a legal client or whatever, we're going to have a legal rush pack. And what that will include is the delivery of, Facebook ads or Google ads. It's going to provide a snapshot that we'll be putting into your platform, and we're going to provide account management. So we're going to be going all the way from A to Z, so you can just continue focusing on selling and not have to worry about everything on the back end. And so that's one of the things that we're really excited about. Also on this call, we have Paulson Thomas, who is part of the services team. And so you guys will probably be talking to him, if you have any questions or anything like that. One of the questions that we do ask is, how do we stay white label as we're representing your agency? And so we actually have a separate brand. So it's HighLevel Services, but the brand that your clients would see is a brand called the Agency on File. So it's kind of a unique name that, anyone can leverage it. And that's what we would be managing your clients with. So I guess that's it. The other big
Robin,
announcement. Oh.
One question I see a lot popping up is, how do people get in to services?
So there's 2 ways. One is you can jump into Slack and go to the WhiteLabel Services chat. You can also send us an email at support@gohighlevel.com, and we can enable it into your account so you see the marketplace. It is currently in beta, and we're just kind of testing it out. And you can also reach out to me. You can reach out to Paulson. There's also a link that you can book a time on our calendar, and I'll post that in the chat as well.
Yeah, if you're in the HighLevel WhiteLabel Services channel, we're extremely responsive there for any white label related or even rush pack related questions. So yeah, just make sure you get that access and get your account upgraded to Marketplace as well.
The other big announcement that I have is, as of today, we've become HIPAA compliant. So we've been working really hard over the past couple of months. So what does that mean is, over the next couple of days, we're going to be rolling it into the marketplace, and you'll be able to upgrade your account. We'll have a process to where you can sign. We'll send you a BAA to sign, and we will enable it for all of your account from there. So it's kind of the other big announcement that's fresh for us as well.
Ooh.
So, cool. I guess from there we can just open it up to the live Q&A. And if you guys have any questions about the marketplace, white label services, feel free to ask those questions as well.
Yeah, definitely. Anybody want to jump on before we start going into the chat? Any white label specific questions?
Are you guys going to be the ones who are basically start to finish fulfilling the services as well, as opposed to having a third-party vendor come in and then you be the middle person?
Yeah, so the idea is we're going to be providing all those services internally.
Awesome. Cool.
I guess
I just sent a request to have my account enabled for Marketplace. So
cool.
Yeah.
Some other things.
If you just Slack me, I'll be able to enable it myself for you.
awesome. That's coming next.
The other updates, Sean, I don't know if you want to kind of help me on this, but the other upcoming updates over the next couple of weeks is HIPAA will be upgrading the contact section.
Oh yeah, we'll see. I got to drop a video on, we dropped a new speed enhancement today has a big impact on the conversations page, but also impacts anywhere the contact is used, which is pretty much everywhere. We have another big speed update coming this time next week for the opportunities page. We still anticipate dropping our Carl Rail replacement this week, as well as our Google Ads reporting will go live this week. So those are our 2 ones for this week. And yeah, so that's this week. Sorry, I'm trying to find my list. Yep. And then
Call Rail and Ad Stats.
And then next week is slated for smart lists.
Yep.
And the cool announcement with Smart List, while it did get slightly delayed, the good news is there's no beta. It's just going to roll out. So that's pretty exciting because I get a lot of people asking me, when can I get into the beta? You won't even need to.
And will we be able to do bulk requests based on those smart lists?
That's the idea. That's the idea.
Cool.
And there will be things when we first launch it that will immediately, some smart person will say, oh yeah, but what about? And that's okay, because the programmer on that smart list team will stay on that for, I anticipate, at least 2 months to come, just to try to make sure we've got it perfect. And actually the smart lists have held up a lot of stuff. So like the second item in the ideas list is to make the bulk sending better. And that'll actually be right off that smart list, because now it'll allow you to do things like say, hey, I want to see everybody who has this tag, but not these 2 tags, and whose email address starts with A. And then from there, that's a really nice list. And then we can do and then let's say you want to broadcast, like send a broadcast to those people, the smart list will help you do that.
Cool. And Sean, as far as like managing contacts, I know right now you guys have customers, leads. Would it be possible to have like a third category where it's just contacts?
Well, wait till this is yet another thing Smart List will help with, right? So wait till you see them come out. So then it'll be like, oh, well, I want to see a list of people who are a lead, but also have the tag X. And then you can save that list. So you might find that solves your problem. So wait till you see it roll out and then let me know what you think.
Okay, cool. I'll be one of your guys.
I like it.
Alex, will Smart List include filtering for D&D? I'm pretty sure yes. I'm trying to log into the beta
I don't know what, I was going to say, Chase will probably hook us up there, because the reality is some filters will be missing, but the good news is we will add them.
Yeah. At least now we have a foundation to start building up and adding more features to it.
It's kind of like an upgraded contacts list. And in fact, once it's live and everybody likes it does at least everything that our existing contacts list does, we'll actually get rid of the contacts list and replace it with Smart List entirely.
Cool. Who's next?
Ooh, wow. It's exciting today. I mean, how many people on this call are already full service agencies? That's probably hard to tell, but so my bet is it's still the minority. And so my thing is, I'm really excited about this because day in and day out, I talk to agencies who are not full service. And when I ask, if I poll all of you, and I'm sure there's a way to do this in Zoom, but if I ask the full service people, how long do you keep your clients? The answer I get is for a very long time. It generally is X years. And then when I ask people who aren't full service, how long do you keep your clients? It's always X months. And it's amazing. It's like a light switch. It's like, it's always the same answer. And I've heard this now thousands of times. And so I'm excited because I think for the people who aren't full service today, I think will allow you to retain your clients measurably longer. And then even for the people who are full service, we should be able to help you scale up and scale down more on demand so that you don't have to be doing all of the fulfillment yourself. And I've talked to several of you I know who are in that position today. So I think it's just such a huge win-win for everybody. And, we're going to roll it out slowly. That's why we did the beta of it, not because we're not confident in it, but because we want to make sure to do a great job and really have everybody say, yeah, they've got the best option out there. So I really see it as an amazing move forward for not only our company, but all of the agencies we work with. I mean, my honest goal is how can I generate $1,000 per client per month additional revenue for each of the agencies on the platform? And if we can hit that goal, and I think we can, I think it'll be just massive for everybody. So did I talk long enough for someone to ask a question? Oh.
Killer.
No, but I mean, that's what I'm really passionate about. And the whole team is passionate about this. You know, how do we make agencies more money? And it's either directly or indirectly. Do we help you keep your clients longer? Do we help you get more clients to begin with? And, you know, and I think as importantly, do we help you charge more per month to every client? And I think there's some great studies about, you know, the more you charge your customer, the longer they stick around. So the lower your churn rate. So I really think this will have a huge impact on the churn rates of all of your agencies. I really do. And for those of you who are currently full service, you know, I think you would probably echo that statement, even though you're all doing the work yourself right now.
Yeah, Ian. So Ian asked a good question, and Robin can speak to this. I know we talked about it briefly before, but will we eventually offer a service around just setting up tracking? I know tracking can be really tough, especially for new agency owners. And setting it up properly, make sure it's implemented correctly, is an art in itself. So, Robin, what do you think?
Yeah, no. So, you know, Paulson is definitely fielding questions and kind of the requests that are coming in, and that's really how we're loading the products into the marketplace. So, if that's something that you're interested in, connect with Paulson, and you know, just let them know what are the products and services that you're interested in, and we'll take it back internally to figure out how do we make that something that we can offer as a turnkey product and find the right pricing for it. The answer is ultimately yes. It's you know, do we load it up now or later?
And to add on to what Robin and Sean is saying, like as much as we're all similar, every agency is unique in its own way, and we understand that, and that's why we have these opportunities to get on a call. You know, myself and Robin, you know, we run the agency here in Dallas, and we're able to just dive deep into your issues as far as the agency is concerned, and then qualify ourselves to see if we could provide those services for you. So a lot of people that are, I think I've been on 20-30 calls this week already, and every single scenario is different, and we'll be able to kind of navigate through those conversations to figure out which avenue to take, whether it's rush packs or straight traditional white label. So I'll be able to answer all those questions because, you know, obviously we're agency owners too. So yeah, definitely.
Great. Slack channel would be the white label services channel would be a good place to set up a time for a call, Debbie. And then to continue the conversation on tracking, that's a topic I'm going to try to get somebody on soon for the spotlight sessions as well, because I think a lot of people would be interested in hearing from a tracking configuration ninja.
I like the tracking stuff, and we will definitely add it to the services list, because I think that's a not only a massive win for agencies, but also a potential foot in the door service, you know, for agencies talking to existing customers. I talked to somebody a couple of days ago, and and he sells this a lot, and he says it's been very successful for him, just because if you have existing traffic, running remarketing campaigns is about the cheapest thing you can do outside of like a database reactivation. So it's a really good, easy thing to say yes to.
Cool. Stephanie and Mark, back to the Facebook Marketplace upgrade. Can you explain a little bit more about what benefits this will offer? Also, is there a price bump associated with this? So Facebook Marketplace upgrade, I think what you mean is the Facebook white label service in our new marketplace. And that'll be Facebook ads. So that's one of the first services that we have available right now in beta. So it's Facebook ad campaigns. And the pricing, if you request from Paulson to get added into the beta, you can see the pricing on the new service page. So I think there's 3 tiers or okay. And Paulson, is it based on ad spend?
So yeah, every single traffic source, we typically like to run it at 4 different ranges. Each have different ad spend sectors. But first, honestly, I go through the scenario and help you kind of navigate and choose through what makes sense for you as an agency or that particular account or that particular client. So what I would do is, I think Robin and also myself, we put the links up there where you can set up an appointment. We do a quick 20-30 minute call, and we can navigate through, especially if this is like your first time white labeling, and I've came across that as well. There's a lot of unknowns of, hey, how do we track results? How do we track this? How do we keep, who's who in the relationship? There's a lot of different scenarios, but yeah, definitely get on a call and we can navigate through. But to answer you, Chase, yeah, there are 4 different layers on ads budget management, and we'll navigate through that. And
Go ahead.
also, if you go to Marketplace and go into those particular services, there's actually a PDF brochure that you can download and kind of view and get a ballpark idea of where some of the pricing could be. And then when you get on a call, it'll make that conversation that much easier. I think, Robin, you already uploaded that, right?
Right. Yes, I believe I did.
Yeah.
If I didn't, I will upload it very soon.
No, I'm pretty sure you did because we went through it today morning. Yeah.
Now the marketplace is this. This is, you said, through Go HighLevel. Is it like can I see it in my dashboard then, or where would I go to see it?
Yeah, you'll see it in your dashboard. If you don't have access to it, just go to Slack WhiteLabel Services. I can add you to the channel and also enable your marketplace in your agency accounts. Okay.
And Paulson, it looks like there's files dropped under like Google, Bing ads and stuff like that. So Robin, it looks like you're good to go there.
Yeah.
I say seeing is believing. So I'll
Nice. Here
I'll
we
log
go.
into my account real quick in a second, and then I can show you what the marketplace looks like. So you've got that all in there. So
Exactly.
over here, it will turn on marketplace, and when you click on it, these are the starter products. And so then under each of these, you can go in and you can see all the plans. Chase did awesome videos for everything. And then you can so when you're ready, you can add them to a location. What'll happen is you'll get charged the setup fee initially, and then the monthly fee won't be charged until the service gets turned on. And then somebody from the fulfillment team will reach out to you. And then we of course have not only our pricing, but also the suggested retail price. So that way you can go out and sell the product first before you end up getting charged for it.
Right. And also to add on to that, we typically will function under the brand Robin was talking about, the agency on file, right? So there's, we kind of mask ourselves so that way you can still lead those conversations with your clients, whether you go through with white label or rushback, whatever you choose. But yeah. And Sean, do you mind going to that corner at the very bottom where it says Google Ads Brochure? Yeah. And if you click there,
Nice.
this gives you an overview of ballpark, just all in one, especially those guys that are spreadsheet analytical oriented. This will be like really cool for you to kind of just understand all the different pieces. And this is actually available in all those different options.
I feel like
Um,
It's going to be generating like a report from like Google's Data Studio or anything that we're going to be able to pass off to clients as a white label feature.
So we are actually building that out directly in our platform. So if you give us a couple of weeks, we'll have it all built in.
Although the Google Ads reporting is supposed to go live tomorrow.
So there you go.
But yeah, we're going to build in a full suite of reporting so that that it's all within our system.
Okay, next question, and I think I know the answer to this one. How does email signature work? I've been sending emails. I have a signature set up, but it's not coming through. So I think the case is you're probably using the test function, which it doesn't attach to, but when you actually run yourself through the campaign, you should see the signatures getting added to the emails, as long as that campaign is assigned to a user who has a signature set up. So if that's not the case, if you added yourself to an actual campaign and you didn't see a signature, then shoot us an email at support@gohighlevel.com. But I think what you'll find is you're just using the test function, and I don't think it attaches a signature in that case. Do we have any case studies? So good question about white label services. Is this something that we'll be providing?
Yes, we can give you case studies as requested.
Awesome. All right, site tracking. Okay, here we go. So let's talk about tech support. Yeah, we recently made a big change, switching over to Freshdesk with the chat widget. And although it may seem like you're getting a slower response, it's actually getting faster and faster because we're taking this chaotic world of questions and concerns coming from all different angles and funneling them into one place. So bear with us as we get quicker and quicker, but it's definitely more efficient on our end, and less and less things are slipping through the cracks. Abby's on the call. I don't know if she wants to add to that, but
one of the big things for us is we're getting a lot of messages within Slack. We're also getting direct messages in Slack. And it was very challenging for the team to be able to go and, work with the development team, get back to you, let you know when the issue's fixed. We're running through, hundreds of different requests and updates, features, enhancements, use cases and stuff like that. So we wanted to be very, be able to track it a lot better, make sure the development knows what they need to be working on and everything. So that was one of the big reasons that we changed over to it. I'm sure Abby has a lot of thoughts on it as well. So I didn't mean to jump in.
Yeah, right now, so using the in-app chat, we're definitely working through some kinks because we are using some bot services, and Robin knows all about this too. So the bots are there to collect information and then pass it along to our team, and we're really just trying to work out the kinks to get it really efficient. But from now on, the in-app support should be and will be quicker than Slack. So Slack's kind of getting put onto the back burner. Not to say that you'll never get an answer inside Slack, but definitely reach out to the in-app chat support first. Everything is tracked in there. So nothing will be lost. We have all the tickets, all the chat, everything like that. And yeah, we're just training the team to get more and more efficient as we're moving over to this new system.
Cool. Next up, Victor is bringing up sort of a higher level question here. Site tracking with triggers based on page view will be key. Also, length of time, the video view, etc. So this is something I think you could accomplish all of this right now with a Google Tag Manager container in your funnel, and then Google Analytics and webhooks and all that kind of stuff. But that's tracking video view times and triggering off of that is sort of some next level stuff. And maybe we could find some people in the community that, and again, that would be a good, if I could find somebody or somebody, that would be a good spotlight session episode, because there's obviously a lot of stuff that's possible that's really cool, but it is pretty technical.
Hey,
and I don't know if that's something we'd ever build into the platform. Yeah.
Jay, so just to add into that, well, it's basically just for the campaigns, right? So that way it can trigger a campaign. So if that individual visit a certain page, right, or your schedule page, then you will want them to trigger a different campaign, right? Hey, you forgot to book your call with me, just to bring them back, right? So that type of tracking. And that's
something I think we could definitely build in, and it should be on the ideas list. So if it's not, I would definitely make sure to get that in there. I know site sort of monitoring, page monitoring is a common feature in a lot of platforms that I think that we could build in at some point for sure.
So
because that's a good use case.
I'll tell you what we're doing there. So the big thing I want to do is, my big goal is attribution. So we're going to make it, you'll see this first actually on the inbound calls. So on the call tracking, we already have keyword level tracking, right? So how many calls did you get from this keyword in Google, or that keyword in Google, or this Facebook ad, or this whatever? And then we're going to very shortly roll that same functionality into all the form submissions. So if it's on a landing page or if it's on a website, we'll be able to start telling you down to the ad level or the ad group level exactly where the leads come from. And then because we have the opportunity tracking, the goal is then to just connect the two. So then you can start going back to your client and not only saying, well, you got this many conversions off this ad group or conversions off this keyword, but actually this many closed opportunity dollars or this much opportunity value, which I think will be a better number to highlight, just because close rates vary based on lots of variables like sales techniques and all that. But I think as an agency, your goal is to kind of sort of create potential. And I think that's the best way to measure it. And if we can say, oh yeah, we generated you $100,000 worth of opportunity value this month, I think that'll be an amazingly cool thing to do. So anyhow, that's kind of our plan and our goal. That helps.
Cool. Next up, Brendan, do the providers on the back end have any sort of niche focus? Are they in general? So this speaks to the rush packs that are going to come out soon, which are niche specific. And these are going to be exciting because it's like, hey, here's the dentist rush pack. If you're working with dentists, this is proven package that'll work for you. Paulson, you want to talk some more about rush packs and your?
Sure. Yeah. We already have 4 or 5 different rush packs already established. So if you get on a call with me regarding it, I'll be able to kind of go over it and just share our full-on case studies and experience and things like that. And we're also getting, I know me and Robin talked about it this morning in our meetings, like we're getting like requests about certain niches and things like that. So if there's enough requests from enough agencies that want a rush pack to be built out, it's just a matter of requesting and we can confirm some demand there. I see somebody's asking about, I think it was Ian that asked about immigration niche, right? So if there's enough people that want that pack to be built out, it's just a matter of demand. And as long as we get there at some point within the next couple of months, look forward to really covering all niches. But right now we already have fairly 4 or 5 that's ready to go.
Awesome. Yeah. Okay, Robin, a question with importing contacts that have multiple tags. I can think of a way to do this, but maybe Robin or Sean has a better solution.
Yeah, so you should be able to import it just on the CSV.
So they're saying if they have one cell with multiple tags, will that work?
Yes, you can do it with a comma.
And you have to put it in brackets, I believe.
What do you mean? What needs a comma? Like,
So like-
on the Excel sheet? So what we did was we took the Excel sheet and then added a column just called tags.
Yep.
And then within that column, down the list of contacts, some of them we tagged realtors, some of them we tagged loan officers, some of them we tagged investors, some had no tag at all.
Uh-huh.
But then when we went to import the list, we also selected the option to tag the full list as this is from our previous CRM or whatever.
Yeah.
And so it got everybody got tagged with that, but there's no other tags that show up.
Yeah. So in your brain, you thought, oh, you know what's going to happen? It's going to take that tag and glue them together. But in our code, the programmer was like, if this tag field is filled out, ignore the column. So.
Oh, okay.
So what we need to do is revert that import, so it takes them all out. And then in the tags column, you're going to have like a I can't remember. I think it's square brackets. So you'd be like tag 1, comma, tag 2, comma, tag 3, like that. And I think that will work.
Okay. Inside of
the Excel doc.
The Excel doc. And that must include the universal tag we want to append to every. Got it.
Okay, now do me a favor. Test one row so that I don't cause you a big headache.
Okay.
In case I got my delimiter wrong. I'm trying to search for an example, but.
Yeah, and Robin, when you do test and you see it successful, if you could ping me in Slack and confirm, that'd be awesome, because then I'll just update the help doc.
Okay.
That would also.
So, but that's still, I mean, just to say that still is going to be kind of troublesome, or just to do every time, because that's having to go in manually and add. Well, no, that actually.
It's gonna be the same amount of work as the prior operation.
Yeah, you're right. You're right about that. Okay, I was thinking of that wrong. I'll confirm back when I've tested and see it come through. I appreciate it.
Of course.
Great. Brian, another white label Google Ads question, white label services. Will we offer a display network? So if people want to run display network campaigns, is that something covered under the Google Ads white label service?
Yeah, absolutely.
Cool. Ian, okay, we already talked about that one. Peter, so would the go-to place for support be the chat inside Go HighLevel instead of Slack? Yes, 100%. Because as soon as you open a conversation in that chat, create the ticket number, the whole conversation gets pushed through to the ticket. We get way more information on the other end. So please, yeah, start there. Yeah, and the other thing is I want feedback on this. So I mean, our mission here is simple. We want amazing customer service. And so if that's not what you're getting, I want to hear about it. But because we want to make sure that I mean, the chat really does help us organize things, and it's much more scalable. I mean, the big problem with Slack that I saw was 2 things. One, if you hang out in Slack too long, you think the sky is falling, because all it is people saying stuff doesn't work, even though it's quite clear that things work great.
And then the other problem is that, and I think maybe the more important problem is that, people would complain to me like, oh, I never got an answer back. Oh, and I'm like, well, it's not really like, it's like a river flowing by, right? I mean, you're going to miss some stuff. So, I mean, it ultimately is better what we're doing. It's just, we need to do a great job doing it. So as you use that system, please give us feedback so we can improve.
Yeah, the other thing to point out is when you open up the chat, the new support chat, there are channels predefined. So you'll more quickly get to the right person if you go through that, as opposed to Slack, when then somebody has to manually, think who this needs to go to. So definitely start there, and it's just going to get faster and faster, the response time.
And guys, for your import, Sean, we didn't have to put any brackets. We just put tag 1, comma, tag 2, comma, tag 3, and it imported correctly.
This is why I'm the last person you should be asking about how the system works.
Yeah, I mean, I literally just tested it.
Ask the experts. Ask people like Peter. So yeah, there you go. So maybe you don't have to have any brackets at all.
Did you put any comma or spaces in there?
Over 2,000 people, so we just.
I didn't use them. I swear. I will say. I swear. Varun told me that a long time ago that wouldn't work, but maybe they've updated it by now. So there you go.
And out of curiosity, did you put any spaces like tag, comma, space tag, or?
So
no?
we tested it 3 different ways. We said tag 1, comma, space, tag 2, comma, space. So that we did that, and then we did tag 1, comma, tag 2, comma, tag 3, and both worked.
Yep, it's because we trim it. That one I know. It's because when we do the split on the spaces, we trim the values in case people actually have accidental space in there.
Yep.
Great, that's good to know. All right, you're adding a lot of features lately. Thank you. Will you be raising the price for agency subscription anytime soon? As far as I know, no, unless you want to upgrade your account to be HIPAA compliant. So the HIPAA compliant will be another $297 per month, right?
Yeah, so we don't have any immediate plans to change the pricing model or anything. Now, just so that everyone understands, we are trying to stay agency focused. So we might change the pricing model from getting into the platform. So that's something that we might change, but it's still going to be, $297 a month for everything unlimited and what you see today. Now you can always upgrade to get the mobile app and white label Zap, as well as, enabling HIPAA compliancy and stuff. So those are kind of really our upgrade paths right now. We are considering some other stuff in the near future, maybe a premium support or, just additional product and features. I mean, nothing is really there, that we're really considering, but right now it's to keep it all the same. We just want to continue providing you guys as much value as possible.
Yeah, and for anybody who asked the question, why is HIPAA an extra $297? It's because it's exceptionally hard and more importantly, expensive to do. So we'll have probably eventually 2 or 3 full-time staff members that literally just run around all day and do HIPAA compliance work on the software side. And we also will have full-time, third-party vendors that we'll have to employ to do things like penetration testing and all this other nonsense. So it's kind of a big deal, but we just got enough of a request from the community that we thought that, between the fact that hopefully if you're in the medical niche, you can already pass this stuff along, and your doctors are already kind of used to paying a little more for HIPAA compliance sort of stuff. So definitely we thought it was important to do. So that's why the cost is there, to sort of defray the additional staffing and programming required.
And
next two, go ahead.
Also, we'll probably be doing like either a spotlight session or a Q&A with the company that we use for HIPAA compliancy, so that you as an agency can also, talk to that company to get compliant yourself.
Well, yeah, we need to set that up. Next 2 questions are about the rush packs. Can you guys talk a little bit about what rush packs exist today?
Yeah, so far we have Patient Rush, which covers pretty much medical entities. We have Legal Rush, which is for attorneys and things like that. We also have Student Rush that's in the works, which is educational institutions, private schools, that type of stuff. We also have Service Rush that is oriented around small businesses that are service driven. Those are the 4 that I can say we're kind of leading. And recently we've had a lot of different demands on real estate, restaurants, but we're going to obviously base it on demand from the community on which one we should load up. But
the other one is solar. Sorry, I have it
Solar-ish,
right
yeah.
here. Solar.
Yeah.
Let's see, we'll probably be rolling out real estate very quickly.
Yeah. Yeah, also one thing to just remember, so some of you may be asking, like, what is the difference between white label versus, is that some Chinese?
Roy's coming
That's a
in.
nice, that's a nice background music. I like it. I think somebody put us on hold.
Do we know who that is?
Roy.
I'm looking through the list.
That's
Who's not muted?
Roy.
Oh, there it is. Yeah.
I kind of enjoyed
That
it.
Roy.
Kind of enjoyed it, but what I was saying was, some of you may be asking, what's the ultimate difference between white label versus rush packs? It's very simple and keep it basic. Rush pack comes with account management. It's that simple. That includes client management, whatever else that goes into it. Typically, you know, we see two types of agencies, one that's like very technical focused and one that's very sales focused. We're trying to cater to both, right? So yeah, rush packs really just comes with client management. That's simple as that.
And is a rush pack also a combination of services?
Yeah, rush packs have, so we are gonna strategize a pack based on the niche specific performances in the past, right? So medical have their own certain, you know, strategies that we've tested out and we works, and that's where a true rush pack evolves, is when we actually tested out different traffics, different offers, and we can make that recommendation. And rush packs come with strategies, right? White label, it doesn't come with strategy on our expertise of what you should do for your clients, where rush packs, we literally will make sure that, you know, you completely succeed on that marketing program that you're providing. So there's strengths on both sides.
I think of it like, you know, if you've looked at any of the account snapshots that we have, it's kind of like that, but for services, right? So if you don't know how to sell to a doctor's office or a medical practice, you can take the rush pack in and you can sell that as a package deal. And you know that it's going to cover everything that medical practice needs. It's effectively just a verticalized set of services put together all in one spot. And then versus you having to cherry pick it off the menu and put them together yourself. That's really the only difference.
Yeah. Now, I do want to put the disclaimer that if you have questions and you still want to white label and stuff, we'll give you guidance on what we think is right. But basically, you're taking the lead on what we need to run, and we basically run the traffic for you.
Awesome. Go ahead. Somebody have a question?
Yeah, Dale had a question that about the outage. Did this affect the sync events in Google Calendar? It may have for the outage period, but that outage lasted 45 minutes. I know that because I was on a ski vacation with my family, so I had to come in from the lodge and sit. I was that crazy guy on my phone in the middle of the ski lodge yelling at Google. So it was only down for 45 minutes, so it shouldn't have been that big of a deal. So if you're still having issues, let me know. And let's see. Yeah, it says it's not syncing. Yeah, so Dale, it looks like you still do have issues. So reach out to support and let's get on a call and figure it out for you. And then Ian asked, are you guys white labeling e-commerce?
We not yet. We will be doing that very soon.
Awesome.
Valerie has a question that taps back into the mailgun change. I know that we had said, hey, we're working towards alternatives. A lot of people requesting to just be able to use SMTP creds from G Suite. Where are we at with that? What are the thoughts?
What a loaded question. Yeah, actually, there's good news there. So one of our developers who's one of our senior developers, Snehal, who is the person responsible for HIPAA, he's rolling off HIPAA, and then that will be the next project he picks up. He's actually already got an MVP, which I like, which is basically like a proof of concept. So yeah, so our goal is to roll out a generic SMTP service. It's a lot harder than it sounds because most people's SMTP services, remember, they're just sending outbound, but we are in the business of not just doing outbound, but we've also got to catch all the bounces, and we also have to do all the reply tracking. So it's a pretty big lift for us. But we'll have Snehal start on that. And I don't know the timeline. I think reasonably speaking, it's going to take to at least March 1st, just given how big of a lift it is. But I do think, all things considered, we're hoping this kind of satisfies a couple of issues. One, obviously the mailgun pricing change. I mean, $35 at the end of the day, I think isn't terrible for what they do, but I also respect the fact that, you know, some people want to use other SMTP providers. So hopefully this kind of solves both issues, which is like if you have a really big love for SendGrid, or you want to send out a Gmail because you have exceptionally low volumes, now you'll have all of those options.
Actually, my question is more about the HTML builder that we talked about yesterday.
Oh, sorry, my
eyes of
bad.
email. Sorry. No, that's okay. I know there's been a lot of discussion about email in general, but for me,
no worries. So I talked to Anish about that today. He'll tackle that project. So he's going to start in on that as soon as the membership sites are done. So I think he will tackle that project in March.
okay. So for now, though, anything over one.
Oh, no, sorry, my bad. Let me back that train up.
Yep.
I misunderstood your question. No. The thing you ran into yesterday, that's an absolute massive priority. So that will be, our goal is to have that done by end of week.
Okay, great. Thank you.
I thought you meant, when is the new builder coming?
No. I just want to send one email.
Yeah, I feel you, Valerie. Don't worry. Yep, that'll be done by, our goal is end of week for that.
My issue was I have an HTML email that's bigger than is allowed on the platform, and it won't go out. So we've tried to reduce the size, but no matter what we do, it's still too big. So I'm waiting for that to correct.
Yeah, don't worry. That is an official bug, and it will be squashed by the end of the week.
Okay, thanks. I appreciate it. No problem. I'll quit bugging people about it then.
Well, I gave away all the email news now I know, so at least I'm good there.
Great. All right, Andy, any packs for contractors? I think that's what Paulson was referring to when he said service, like the service rush pack.
Yeah, so the service is actually, the service pack is a little bit more wide, if I may say that. We've got like painters, carpet care, clean, that type of industry. And there's a couple of others, plumbers. But to answer that question, if you have a scenario that you're facing, I would literally just jump on a call with me. I will actually navigate you through those decisions and kind of come up with a plan for you.
Well, and long term, and correct me if I'm wrong, Robin, but long term, the plan is to have essentially every vertical.
Yeah. We want to match all the snapshots that we have. We want to have the rush packs match up with that, and then continue building on both sides. And with that, you'll have the ability to do it yourself, do it with us, or do it for you.
How much are the rush packs?
We're working through the pricing right now, and they're going to be anywhere from $750 a month all the way up to $1,500 to $2,000, depending on what we're offering within that package and what all we're doing.
I just like that strategic blueprints. I get to see the ceiling. I don't know if everybody has theirs in tile view, but I just like
everyone has their cool
the old ceiling
the green screen backgrounds.
Oh no, that one's real. I think that's just straight up a phone on somebody's desk.
Michael's out at sea. I love that. Looks like he's heading somewhere nice.
Oh, I know, that's true. He's looking super fly on that boat.
Chad's been standing by the Grand Canyon for 2 hours now.
Exactly. I'm concerned. Don't step backwards. Stay right where you are.
I hope I'm not repeating a question or something. Is there any progress or anything happening about integrating chat as the third communication tool, from SMS, email, and adding chat?
Oh, like live chat?
Yeah.
That's definitely on the list. It'll happen. I mean, it'll happen this year. It'll probably happen in the second quarter or the third quarter, if I had to guess. So that'll definitely be something we put on the platform for sure. I think it all depends on. Everything depends. Everything depends on you guys actually, and gals, of course. Is how do you rank that idea in the ideas list? So every day, what we're going to do is show up to work. We're going to work super hard for you. We're going to put every resource that we have available towards making the platform bigger and badder. The more people you help us bring in through primarily the affiliate channel, the more we can resource up. So, always please share as much as you can, but we would literally try to go right off that ideas list and walk our way down. So, the other piece of this I always throw out is if tomorrow, live web chat makes it to the top of the list, we'll do it a lot sooner than the third quarter. So,
has anybody integrated it? already, or is anybody integrating?
I don't think there's a way to do that. And to be honest, if it's something that we're going to do, I'm not interested in integrating. We will come out with a more robust API that's publicly available. So I do think that over time, lots of people will integrate anything, and I'll always be open to it. But I just think in my opinion, the technical lift on that project is somewhere in the neighborhood of a month to 2 months for one developer to put in place, especially just given the fact that we have all the sort of underpinnings already on the back end. In fact, I even rolled a lame version of it 8 months ago that is not ever going to see the light of day, but it definitely is possible. And so it's literally just a matter of time and resources. So, if you can help us bring in more clients, I promise I'll take any money we get from that and put it in more developers. So, and if you get more votes on the idea, we'll get to it a heck of a lot sooner. Right now, if you go look at the ideas list, I think we're going to recreate PandaDoc before we get to that.
Got it. Okay. Just thanks for answering. Thank you.
Yeah.
And some other cool things that we're also working on in the next couple of months, as well as more prospecting tools, because we want you guys to be able to succeed as well. So one of the big requests that we've seen quite a bit, we rolled out Yext, and a lot of people are asking for, is there a way that we can run site audits or account audits and stuff? So we're actually implementing that over the next couple of weeks and months as well. And we'll get into other prospecting tools as well. So, whether it's for services or maybe doing like an SEO audit or something like that. We'll be bringing in those tools as well.
Can I jump in? Can I jump in real quick, Chase? One service area that we didn't really talk about that I'm getting a lot of traction on is SEO services. We do have 4 different levels of SEO, and that is something that a lot of agencies don't like dealing with unless you're a dedicated SEO agency. And it's a great upsell to a lot of accounts from our experience, and that is, in addition to advertising, that is a place that I see a lot of demand happening. Just FYI. Sorry to jump in.
Yeah, no, it's super important for local businesses. Such an easy win. So if that's not something that you feel confident in, the white label service is a great option for an add-on. Okay, Elizabeth, 2 quick questions. The first one is about Excel, and it looks like Peter might have posted the suggestion a couple of comments down. The next one, how to get into the marketplace. Just hop into Slack White Label Services channel and request to be added to the beta, and Polson can add it to your account. Andy would like all support from the app versus Slack. We would like it all to go into the app as well. I think you mean the Freshdesk app chat, maybe. But we already talked about that. Anna Bellin, is there a way to export a list or have a report of who opened, who clicked, if delivered, unsubscribed, by day, or some defined measurement? So you can pull all that right now from Mailgun.
But it's also coming soon as part of the report. So our big push right now is reporting. And when we say reporting, we mean sort of across the board. So this week it's call rate oral reporting, and then it's ads reporting, Google ads reporting. And then there's a whole reporting team now. They'll continue to march that out. The programmer who actually did Smart Lists has already done about 80% of the work on all the delivery reporting stuff. So as soon as Smart Lists launch next week, he'll roll back to that, and then we'll march right towards all of the delivery reporting as well. We've also got things like analytics reporting upcoming, Google My Business reporting upcoming. We have agent stats upcoming as well. So we're going to continue to pound away on reporting for months yet, and really drop a very, very big suite of reporting. And then we're also going to work hard to make them emailable to clients automatically on a white label basis on intervals that you choose, and let you mix and match a little bit in terms of what you're going to send out. Because I think reporting is going to be a huge part of our ability to communicate to clients exactly the type of value we're creating. So yeah, reporting is definitely a big deal around here.
Yeah, and Paul Brand,
email stats, Paul Brand.
Yeah. And I think part of that is, we're waiting on the smart list to come out, and then also with the new SMTP edition, adding a little bit more complexity with those delivery reports as well.
Is the workaround that people are using on reports tying into like Google Sheets and then creating reports through there of the internal reports?
I would say so.
Yeah.
And hopefully everyone saw that the Mailgun triggers for opens and clicks are out. So now you can really get crazy.
I was just going to say that, yeah. So if you didn't see that video or that release, just go to help.gohighlevel.com and search Mailgun events, and you'll see a video and some documentation about the Mailgun event trigger that's live now in your account. All right. Any news on PandaDoc? I don't know, Sean, were you kidding about that, or is that at the top of the request list, the ideas board?
I never kid around about the ideas board. Well, right now it's actually second from the bottom, but that I think there's only 10 in there. And you know, a lot of these things are like, here, let's just go through them real quick as a group. I think this could be useful real quick. So marketing stats. So remember I said stats are a big deal around here. Well, this is exactly why. And then email broadcasts.
Email broadcasts. Come on, Sean, let's do it.
Coming up next. That's why, but I held it off until the smart list, because the smart list will do this idea better service. So this will go next. And then the call center scripts and the SOPs. I'm actually trying to see if I can figure out a way to combine these ideas with the membership stuff. So we'll just sort of see. But they're on the list next, right? Set custom field triggers. So edit custom fields of a contact based on action. So yeah, this is like. Yeah, this isn't that big of a lift. It's probably like a couple days worth of work for somebody. Having a standard email footer with unsubscribe, I'm nearly willing to mark this as shipped, but I need to go back in and look at it a little bit better. Twilio to determine if cell phones are, if this phone number is a cell phone or not. Also, actually not a big deal. Kind of falls in the same vein as the email validation. Now, warning, I'm going to put this out on this video. We, A, will not turn it on automatically, but B, when we do, it will have a cost. Twilio charges whatever for it, like a penny a dip or something. So just heads up when we put that out. But yeah, that's also very easy to do. I like it myself because I think it works well with email validation. Schedule responses. This is actually kind of a really great one. I can't wait to do this because it's just the idea of being able to one-off text somebody, but then say, send this in an hour. Again, that's actually probably a couple days worth of work for somebody. And then we finally arrive at the PandaDoc feature, where apparently we are going to replicate PandaDoc. So that seems like a big deal to me, but if that is what everyone wants, that is what we shall do. But just that is what PandaDoc is.
I had never heard of it either, and I just did a spotlight session with Christine Seal. If you haven't seen it, check it out. She's great, and she was talking it up big time, so I checked it out. It looks pretty cool.
And kind of as a cool antidote with that, we're internally probably going to need to build that out anyways for HIPAA compliancy and doing BAs and stuff. So it's kind of a twofold project for us.
There you go. So PandaDoc, here we come. Hopefully
notice has been posted.
Yep. So there you go. PandaDoc, you're on notice.
Yeah. Mic drop.
So yeah, there you go. That's where the ideas list stands right now. And now do keep in mind there's a separate ideas list for the funnel builder, which is at funnel.gohighlevel.com. For anybody, I'll post it. And in that one, we've got the membership sites is number one. So that's where we're going to start there. And then share funnels, which may have actually already been shipped. I got to look. And ability to create forms natively in the funnel builder, which we'll get to very soon after the membership area.
All right, we just hit the hour, so let's try to run through the remaining questions pretty quickly. Sven, do we have any guidelines on when HIPAA compliance is needed? Basically, if you're working with a medical practice, it's needed. But I would,
or any legal practices that work with medical records.
Yeah. Right. JP, hey guys, how you doing? After loading a snapshot, is there a way to mass change all campaigns from draft to active? Not currently. You have to go one by one. Sorry. 2 questions from Dale. I understand there was an outage. Oh, I think we already talked about that.
He's good.
Great. That was private one. Ian, are you guys also white label for e-commerce?
Oh, already got that one.
Okay. Will you make funnels and landing pages for campaigns as an extra charge or part of setup? So this goes back to services, funnel building as a service.
Yeah. So sorry, go ahead, Sean.
Oh, I didn't say anything. That was Robin.
It's going to be a completely different product of funnel building, and we'll have a different line item for that.
Yeah. So remember, traditional white label is going to be a la carte basis, item by item. You can pick and choose whatever you want, almost like a buffet line. The rush packs will come with our strategy. So if we think you should use a funnel versus lead ads, we'll make that recommendation to you as long as you are a rush pack partner. So the account management side, the client management side, the strategy is all inclusive on the rush packs.
Cool. Ty, how would I create a task if they have a tag and it reaches a certain date, i.e. the tag kickoff is added when they enter a campaign, the tag is removed when they respond or book an appointment, but when it's February 7th and they still have the tag kickoff, a task is created to call the lead.
Is it really predicated? I mean, are you really trying to do this based on a fixed date and time? I think you're more thinking, how could I do that X days in the future? And if that's true, then you could use the, whatchamacallit, the opportunity decay trigger.
Okay,
the fixed date seems unlikely if I had to guess.
So start there, Ty, the decay trigger, and if that doesn't get you where you need to be, then ping us in Slack and we can talk more about it.
Thank you, Brandon, for making those videos. You're awesome, man.
All right, Ian brings up one that I have been begging for, and hopefully we can get it shortlisted. Can we split DND to be channel specific, email and versus SMS? And I think we all agree it's a good idea. I don't know if it's on the ideas board yet, or maybe it's something we could fast track. But the idea is if someone DNDs from an email campaign, that doesn't necessarily mean they don't want to get texts and vice versa.
Yeah, I think that's decently reasonable, right? And you could just, I mean, I don't know who these people are, but some people will say like, oh, don't email me, just text me. Or I think don't text me, just email me, something like that.
I think don't text me, you can email me is the more likely scenario.
I would think so.
Yeah.
I mean, there's sometimes when people just opt in with landlines where they're not going to get a text as well. So they might be saving costs if they turn that off as well, right?
Well, not if we roll out the don't send to landlines feature, but yeah, but
True.
That makes sense. So I don't know if it's on the ideas list or not, but yeah, we should definitely get it added because that's something we could do.
Is there anything on the CCPA compliance and side funnels?
The TCPA compliance?
TCPA, California's new.
We're not in general in the compliancy game. I don't want to tell you what to do because I'm not an attorney. And I feel like if we take a step in that direction, we kind of expose ourselves. So I would I think it's great to discuss as a group though. And I think that if other people have information they want to share, I think that would be super useful to take into the Facebook group.
Cool, thanks.
All right, next up, Michael, this is an interesting question. Back to the SMTP solutions. With the new solution, will that allow contacts to email into HighLevel without first receiving a message? So that's like when someone calls in the Twilio and it creates a contact right away?
Yeah, so we will try to cover that use case. I think it's entirely possible because what we'll have to do in order to have reply tracking work is if you're going to use it, like you're not going to use Mailgun, for example, what we'll have to do is we'll have to create our own reply tracking email address, basically. Our own, like if you reply, it's going to go through HighLevel. And then, so technically if you emailed that address, you would get, it would come right in like it does right now. But what we also are I'm going to try to have happen is for you to be able to CNAME that somehow, so then you can have your own custom version of it. So there's a couple levels deep here that we'll have to go. So the answer is I think it's possible. Will it be possible from day one? I don't know. It just depends on how big of a lift it is, but I'll cover that with Snehal when I talk to him tomorrow.
Cool. Yeah, I think that would be cool. All right, next. Is there a way to store files where we can share them with a link? I think this ties back to the new membership site world. Maybe that'll be something that could be possible there.
Well, actually, so I think the way we're going to roll here is, I mean, it's probably possible. It will definitely be possible because I think the right place for this is it should be a custom field type. And then that custom field type can make its way either into the CRM directly or onto a form, for example. I think a lot of people want this. So the answer is yes. In fact, it's already on Raj's dev list. So I don't know where it is on his list, but I think it's sort of near the top.
Nice.
Is the reporting going to include custom fields when you do the reporting, like that you can query off of those, etc.?
Let's see how Smart List holds you, because run me through an example. I want to see what.
Well, let's just suppose I wanted to build a sales forms inside, a complete sales form inside, rather than it's kind of just a side one-off right now, but like some way to do a one-to-many sales, but then I can create a report based on here's all the ones that turned into sales, and here's the amount, here's how much they put down, their future payments, things like that. So
I'm trying to think about that. So how close does the opportunity data get you to that right now?
It's a far more complex, there's just a lot of data inputs on the, so the opportunity is pretty much just one number, right? So it's.
Well, okay, so one change we're about to make here, and I'd say in the next 2 weeks, is you'll be able to add multiple opportunities for the same contact to the pipeline.
Mm-hmm.
So that would, if you have multiple deals with the same person, you'll be able to accomplish that. And so that might help you in one aspect of what you're trying to do. It would just be sort of interesting to see what you're trying to get at, because I think what you're trying to get at sounds really useful. I just want to figure out the best way to sort of capture that into.
I'd be happy to show you what I'm thinking, because to me, in the end, this becomes a full. We're really good right up to point of purchases. I mean, you've got your little e-commerce ones, but a chiropractor that comes in that has multiple clients coming in regularly if they can record those sales as they keep coming in. I'm using that as an example.
No, I think that's a good example. Yeah, I see what you're getting at there. Yeah, I like that idea. I mean, it's not going to be a part of round one, but I don't see why it couldn't be part of round two, because I do think, again, our biggest goal every month is how do we keep the agency in the game, right? And if as long as you feel confident that you can somehow affix yourself to residuals like that in terms of like showing value, I think that's totally something to do. And I kind of like that idea with the whole idea of like you could start working in referral sort of stuff there.
Yeah.
You could appointment reminders and things. Like I'm just trying to think of like if those are the sorts of things you're generating from the system, you can start to put your finger on that person coming back and claiming some credit for that. So
I like to figure a lifetime value of a customer rather than a sales transaction.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, and also, I would tell you in a sales consultation to tell somebody, look, the value of the customer I'm bringing in is representative not of the one-time purchase, but of their lifetime value. And if we can create more software and systems around helping those people revisit and actually achieve that lifetime value, I think that would be pretty cool.
Well, I think we already have. The idea is how do we report on it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. All right, couple more real quick. Tag import still not working. Robin, can you shoot us a loom of the issue that you're seeing, and we'll be happy to help with that. How much is SEO? If you get into the Slack channel, Polson can share with you the beta access where you can see all the pricing. Email stats are coming with the big stats rollout. That's in the near future. Something labeled white label prospecting. I don't think that is a product that is on the radar yet.
No, we are building tools.
Like this?
Yeah.
So
tools like this.
Yeah. So this is our snapshot report that we're working on, and this won't be out for another month. But basically, the idea would be that you'd be able to come in, enter in the name of a business, and give some pertinent details about them, and then we'd be able to go out and actually scan a bunch of aspects of their business. So like their listings through Yext and their Google stats, their Facebook stats, their Yelp stats, their review stats, their social performance, their website performance, and really package this up into a emailable report that you could actually use as a sales tool in order to reach out to prospect to people.
Yeah, once you can have that in your hands paired with a rush pack that solves all the red in this PDF, you're off to the races.
And also to add on to that, in addition to the prospecting, I've had questions regarding whether we would offer sales as its own service, and it'll go back to the same reply what Sean was saying, you know, prove the demand, get some votes on it, and, you know, we can get it rolling.
Awesome. Seems like the rest of the questions in here are all just about how do I get into the services beta. And so if you can't see that in your Slack channel right now, like I can't see it either, can you just go channels, hit the plus sign, and then type in something, Paulson?
Yeah, it's WhiteLabel-services.
Yeah, hashtag WhiteLabel.services. I'll
Okay,
just
so-
Slack that.
Perfect. All right, and we have just a few more questions on Facebook, and then we will shut her down until next week. Is SendGrid off the list for email? I don't think it's off the list. The new solution would probably enable you to use SendGrid.
Yeah, that's the whole idea behind the SMTP server. It'll allow you to connect to anybody, and this is exactly why we're doing it. So we're going to stop playing favorites. If you love SendGrid, then you can hook up to SendGrid.
Cool. All right, that's the last question that I think I see. Sorry if we missed anybody. Hit us up in Slack, or better yet, go into the app and hit the chat bubble there if you have any other questions or concerns, and it'll shoot right into Freshdesk, and we will hop on it. All right, I think that's it. So thanks everybody for joining. We'll see you next time.
Bye,
Thank
everyone.
you guys for all you do. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.